Hi, I'm Chris Lemons from Vanderbilt University. The purpose of this video is to introduce you to the directions for the synchronous activities for Module 1. The synchronous activities for NCLII are designed to give you a more personal connection around the content included in each of the modules. So one of our primary objectives is to ensure that you as scholars are getting to know one another. We're hoping that this will really encourage cross-institutional collaboration, one of the top goals of this project. We also hope that the synchronous activities will help you make deeper connections with your advisor, other faculty, both at your institution and at other institutions, and with other professionals in the broader field. For Module 1, we have 3 activities. Activity A is going to include a debrief of primary readings and resources with 1 to 2 other NCLII scholars. The Vanderbilt staff will be helping you make a connection with scholars at other institutions that you'll be assigned to complete this activity with. We will ask you to schedule a video conference with the other scholars, and the purpose of this is really to make sure that you get to know these scholars a little bit better, and also to get additional time to process the content that was covered in the previous components, so the readings and the web resources. And then we're also hoping that you use this time to generate some questions that you would like to be discussed in Activity C that I'll discuss in a minute, which is a live webinar. On the direction sheet, you will see that there is an outline of the for your discussion. So we're hoping that this will guide you through what you should talk about. Feel free to go a little bit off of this outline if you find that discussions are being really stimulating and you want to talk about something a little bit more, but please do try to cover the content that is included. There are suggestions for the amount of time that you might spend as well. We're hoping that each call will be about an hour and a half, so if you can try to keep it within that realm, that would probably be good. And then you can see that following completion of this activity, you will email the primary instructor a summary of your call, and there are directions for the information to include on the direction sheet. For Activity B, we are hoping that you schedule an interview with your advisor. So the purpose of this activity is to get a deeper understanding of your advisor's thoughts on intensive intervention and some of the content that we're covering in this consortium. And we are also hoping that you're able to share your reflections. This may be a chance if you, again, have outstanding questions from the content that you've covered up to this point. It might be a good time to ask your advisor for additional information. And this is a time where we're really going to allow you to have a specific conversation with your advisor on ways that you can get experience working on research projects that are related to intensive intervention over the course of your first year. You will see that there's also another discussion outline. This provides you some suggestions of what you might talk about. We suggest that you send this outline to your advisor when you schedule the meeting. If you're lucky, perhaps your advisor will be kind enough to buy you a cup of coffee while you're having these discussions. And then for this activity, we're also going to require you to post a discussion board post after you finish your interview. We're hoping that this will be another way to kind of stimulate cross-institutional collaboration. So as you're posting things that your advisor is thinking or working on and opportunities that you may be able to work on, it will allow scholars at other institutions to better understand research that's happening on your campus, so that in the future on this project, whenever scholars are paired up to do cross-institutional research, you will have an understanding of projects that you might be interested in pursuing. Finally, Activity C is going to be a webinar. That webinar will be led by the 4 faculty members who are teaching this module, and you'll receive more information on how to connect to that webinar. There will not be an assignment for that project. The main purpose of this is to really spend some time processing the questions that you generated in Activity A, and then to get to know one another a little bit better, and then also to just provide any time to answer nuts and bolts type of questions. Okay? Thank you very much.